Okay, welcome to Randy's Sprinklers. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. Um, I received a box of sprinklers, uh, ones that I ordered and purchased. And what we're going to do is pull them out of the box and kind of take a look at them. So we'll start with one at a time. Ah, and this one is a 29, Rainbird 29. It says JH. I don't know what the JH stands for, but you can see the arm is broken. Um, and even if this sprinkler wasn't usable as is, whether I put another arm in here or use everything else as parts. So this is all usable. Even the washers still look pretty good. So we'll put the broken ones over here to the left. So I have a few of these. Oh, here, look at this. A Model 40, Rainbird 40. So even has the patent number 1997901. Is that a 9? Yes, it's a 9. Okay. And if I needed parts from my other Model 40s, I have it. Now, something I hadn't seen before is a side spray nozzle here, which is what you see right there. But I think if I didn't know better, I could take the base off of this one, put it in here, and I'd be up and running. So again, they're parts and they're usable parts. But I know there's some good ones in here. Ah, and this is a U61. This is a DP, which I'm not sure what the DP is, um, unless that stands for the PJ arm, because usually the U61s are a spoon model, or at least most of the ones that I've seen. It just needs a little lubricating. Probably needs to be taken apart and cleaned up. The reversing mechanism. It does work. Come on. So that's loose enough. Got enough freedom there. So I'm kind of looking forward to testing this out. Um, you have seen a U61 on my system. This will be one to test out soon. We'll put it over here. And a unique antique. This one is, doesn't have a model number on it anywhere. I'll see a model number on this. Oh, it is a 45. So this is a model 45. I don't know if this is one that used to go into a canister or not. The reversing mechanism not quite working like it's supposed to. Come on. So that one would need to be cleaned up and worked on. And this has an unusual design in that the pin is here in the front rather than in the back, like a lot of these with the reverse mechanism in the back. So this is an odd design. Um, it actually can be loose enough that I can pull it down. Come on. So at least that part of it would work, but it's not working up here. So we'll put that in the parts category for now. Another U61. dash DP. These are nice, and I just like the way the U61 design works. I don't know how they came up with the overall design, but the nice thing is um, it just works. And see, I don't know who I can't see what this pattern is in here. This one has the same pattern, yeah. Has a pattern with a P, so I don't know what that means or what company that's from. Could be a Champ, I don't know. But we'll put that over here in the good category. Both of those are usable and testable. Another one, um, that's a little bit tight there. This one is much freer. So is that one. See, these don't have a spring in here like this one does. So someone put that spring in there, and I might have to take that out, but I may also need to clean that up too. So don't know. It does turn. It would definitely turn slower than those other ones. And this one says SU63-D. So how is that different as a from the 61s? But maybe this is part of that difference. I don't know. And this one has on this side, God, what is that? Is that a W? That might be a WeatherTech. I don't know. Don't know if they made one like that. It has a W on it. Here's another one. This one has, this one's a spoon mechanism design. And this one's a SU63-D as well. But this one isn't a, doesn't have the PJ arm or PJ design. This one doesn't either. And again, this has a spring in there. So don't know why they left this on, but it will come off. And this looks like this has been bent here somehow. And I'm not sure whether somebody just didn't put it in. Somebody didn't put it in there right. Yeah, that just has to come out. And so basically one end goes here and one end goes over on that side, and that would solve that problem. But someone messed that up. But the reverse mechanism does work on it. I wonder if these are 964. Nope, I can't tell. Let's see, what's this one say on it? Imagine if I got my measuring stick out, it would probably tell me, but got lots of these things in here, so let's see. So there's another SU63 with a W. I don't know what this other thing on the after the W is. Is that a WO? WU? I don't know, can't tell. But again, the same style sprinkler and with the spring in there. And of course, you can see this lever is in the right place, so the other one can be fixed. This is another U61 DP. In the case of these brass ones, I like them better without the spring on them. Not sure why that has the spring on it, but maybe it has something to do with it having it work or not. I can't tell you for sure. This is interesting. This is a Model 30. And again, they put the spring here between the body and the sleeve. Somebody had an idea that I had thought about before, and that is if you needed to break up the stream, you could wrap a wire around and put it either just in front of the stream or even have it go into the nozzle. Just, I mean, not a wire quite this big, but in this case here, they even have it for the backside here just to break up that stream some. So somebody got smart. They wanted to add a way to break up the stream. And this arm does not seem very tight, and it seems to be somewhat worn out by that movement there. It does say Rainbird on it, and it has 30 on that side and Rainbird and 30 on the arm. So that goes in the usable category. That's kind of hard for me to do full circle models here in this small um, in the small yard that I have, but I have done some tests with the full circles. Another Rainbird, and this was a 25. It says P-J on here. And in case you don't know what the PJ stands for, that's Precision Jet. In case you're not familiar, someone broke the broke the but the thing works. So I would have to find one that I can take um, off of another sprinkler and put it on here because this sprinkler looks like it is good otherwise. Um, I don't know why this arm appears to be bent, but that's the way they designed it. If you look, the arm goes straight across, but it gets here as this, let's see, it has the spot here where it hits the side of the body, but at that point, they have it going at an angle here, right there. Interesting. Okay. Um, Looks like the nozzle's plugged up, but not impossible to fix. So I'm not going to say it's parts, but it's not completely working, but the functionality is there. Let's see, what do we have next? Well, here we got a 40B. So I pulled out a 40, and now you see a 40B. It says 40B there, 40B here, Rainbird. Nozzle doesn't look too big. And that arm is needing to be cleaned up. So basically what I would do is, take the pin out. It's a little bit of work to do sometimes, especially on the brass ones. And then clean that up on the inside. It's still tight, but it's hasn't been used in a while. Even has patent D on here. Nothing else on this side. But that's not one of the bigger nozzles that I've seen on a sprinkler like this. Let's see, what did the 40 have on it? Well, I guess about the same size. Yeah. And they're usually 964, so if this goes over on this side, because this is a working sprinkler, well, kind of. Guess I wouldn't know until I put that out there. Made that work. So here's a 25, Rainbird 25. Except this one doesn't say Rainbird on it. Oh, isn't that interesting? It does say 25 right there. The top is different. Look at the top of that one and look at the top of this one. So I've not seen that. And someone took the pin out and used a nail instead. Of course, the nail is rusting out. That's going to be hard to get out. So these have been worked on before. And this is a screw that's been put in there to break up that stream. The diffuser. Huh. I don't know if there was a diffuser pin in there, but I don't think that's the original diffuser pin. Yeah, I wonder if this comes out of a canister because of the way this is designed, but I don't know. And maybe they took it out of the canister and the pin went with it and they used a nail to replace that. That's too bad because it's not a, but it's not holding up there. So, okay. The reverse mechanism doesn't work too well. And there's no stops. But I got stops over here, so I'm going to put those two together. Fun, another 40B. Patented. Now, one of the things that I noticed on the other Model 40s that I have like this is there's two different designs of the spoon. The spoons are have two different designs, so I thought that was an interesting to find out. This has to be cleaned up. It'll turn, but needs a good cleaning. But that goes in that pile with that one. And a 20, Rainbird 20. I even got some of the dirt with it, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks like a standard nozzle. And again, someone used a different idea for the deflector. And I know that's not what comes with it, so. But nothing wrong with being a little creative. And even with that, I don't think they have it in very far. That would probably go over here. I always find it interesting when there's pieces like this still attached. And you go like, maybe they had trouble getting it off. But I can tell you one of the problems is this is on crooked on here. It's not on straight. But I have two pipe wrenches that will take that right off. And that's without any special lubricants. Lubricants, sometimes that helps, but if someone has bent this, Yeah, that's interesting. How in the heck did they put that in there? It'd be a little effort to get that out, but it's doable. Yeah, the reversing mechanism works. The spring works. I always find it interesting when you look at some of these springs. They don't look like they've had any wear on them at all. They're just like new. And back in the day, they would look like this. This is how most of my springs that I have for my um, sprinters from 50 years ago, they look like this. Dirty, and we were always replacing springs, and now they're using stainless steel, and they hold up like this. See, even the big ones, these hold up much better, obviously, because they're a bigger. It's a bigger gauge spring. But I don't know. That may be like a 14 or even a 12. But this one is a U63. Is that a D? Yeah, so SU63. And again, it has it's a, see, now I don't know if that W means it's a Nelson from Walla Walla or what, but um, could be a WeatherTick, could be a Nelson, but it doesn't have any words on there to identify it as a Nelson. Okay. So here's another old school, and you can see the difference in the spring. Um, the reversing mechanism works, but there's no wire down here. Looks like it would. Oh, there will work. It's funny how stiff these are. And essentially they should be stiff so they won't move. And I bought a brand new brass sprinkler that had a deflector like this. And I set it to the way I wanted it, so it wasn't going too far. And when I came out later, the water was just shooting at maximum distance. I'm going like, what happened? Then I put it down and I could feel that it wasn't very tight. So, that happens. I always find it interesting. So now this one doesn't have a diffuser in it. So there's no diffuser on here. So here's the diffuser. This one, no diffuser. So it's either like you got the diffuser or the deflector. Um, which is kind of interesting when I think about it because the Aquaburst one that I tried out the other day didn't have a deflector, but only had a diffuser. And you know what? It worked just fine with just a diffuser. So here we got a 20A. It looks like a lower profile. I remember this design from years ago. It's a little bit different. This arm is kind of rounded in the back. I don't know if it was to add that little extra weight to make up for the larger spoon. And of course, you see that the nozzle is designed to spread the water. So you got the spreader here. So interesting design. And so here we got is a Model 29JH, like the one we have over here that was broken. And so if I wanted to take this, the sleeve and journal tube off and put it on here, it should work just fine. Nozzle's different. This nozzle is different. So either they replaced the nozzle or took it off for some reason, but that nozzle is different from the one over here. Interesting. $29. JH. Model 30. Now, you wonder, you say, okay, fine, you got a 29, and then you got a 30. Now, why do we have two different models? And there has to be a reason for the, one being a 29 and the other one being a 30. Because you can see that the bodies are basically about the same size. But the arms are different. So that also tells me that if I wanted to take the arm from the 30 and put it on this 29, I could do it. Not that I necessarily want to, I'm just saying that it could be done. And see how the arm is different on this and how the way this goes like straight out. Very interesting. Of course, the other part that's different about the 29 is that you have the second port. In this case, there's no nozzle. And I got nozzles coming, so plenty of that will fit. And I'm sure I could take a nozzle off of another sprinkler and put it on there and it would work fine. This is a little bit tight. I mean, it turns, but it's a little on the tight side. What do we got? Looks like a 20, Rainbow 20. Oh, so there's a good reason why this one came off of the thing, off of the system. The washer is worn out and gone. That is right up against the butt of the journal tube, and it's even worn some of this journal tube off. So being right down at the bottom there, it needs a washer to start out with before you can even use this. Again, is there any identifying markings on here? Yeah, right there. There's the 20. I don't see anything that says Rainbird on it. But the 20 is right there. But I got washers, so that I'm not worried about. Easy to do. And on some of these sprinklers that that are basically just parts, that's not a big deal. So this one has Rainbird on it. I'm surprised that the 20 doesn't have Rainbird. Maybe it's because they're older design. I don't know. Yeah, that's solid. And one of the interesting things, you can tell this is old because this is a solid piece here. It's not one that goes up and down. It is solid. Does have the 25 on it. And what is that? Can't see what this is right there on the back side. That's actually a 25. Not something you see very often. Of course, it says Rainbow right there. This one would be fine, just needs a little cleaning up. And it does have the washer. Let's go up here. Still got lots of these in here. This one's a model 20. 20 says right there. This is probably one of the older ones. Um, and again, the flat top here, the wider top. The arm feels weak. It should work though fine. So here's another Model 20. And again, they didn't take the base off here or the adapter. So they went from 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. It's pretty rusted inside there. They probably had a hard time getting that off. Turns all right. Um, Again, it's the old spring design. Okay, we saw some of these earlier. And sometimes, I don't know why these are so stiff. It's easy for me to switch it, but maybe not when the sprinkler is operating. So this is an SU63D. '63D right there. I don't know if the other ones had that on it. Oh yeah, they do. I didn't notice before. Now the way the housing is here is a little different than what I'm used to seeing. You know, I'm used to seeing a housing more like this, and so they did something in the design to do that. See, that doesn't want to switch easy. I find it interesting. This has a much stronger feel than like the one I was playing with over here. That's not too bad. Which one was it? This one? Yeah, see, this feels light, like it's like the spring is worn out. And you feel this one, and you can feel, oh, that's solid. That's solid. So, goes up here with that group. You think I got an endless pit here? Oh, look, I got another one of these. Does the mechanism work? No. At least not quite automatically like it's supposed to. It would have to be taken apart and cleaned up. I've seen someone else do a demo, or I mean a video on one of these. Wasn't anything spectacular about it, but it did work. This has the washer, the sleeve. That's a 3/4 inch. See, and that's interesting because I would have thought a sprinkler like this would have been 1/2 inch, and it's not. Well, so it would be struck in that position because that's got to go down. So that goes over here with that one. I'm sure that's probably a functional sprinkler. And here we got another 25. It says so right there. And well, these rainbirds don't say rainbird on them except for that 25. Wonder why that's different than the 20s. And this has the old style top. And someone did a little bit of combination work here. So someone put one of these on with one of these type, but this one here is loose. That one is loose. All right. I probably should try out one of these tonight. No, they're so that's see these are. I mean, it's smooth, but it's tight. And you notice someone managed to do a good job on breaking off or cutting off the other side on this. You got this. This one's full, but this one's not. This would be a little bit of work to move that one, but it can be done. And this is the same thing, U63. No, this is a U61 DP. So this is so the U61 DPs are the PJ arm or the anti-backsplash arm. And this is the, I don't know why it's SU 63-D. So I'm sure the numbers have some meaning. But it's interesting that the arms are essentially interchangeable. And the model number is also on the deflector diffuser piece. I think it's neat that they designed this so that you could easily unscrew this and take these off if you wanted. You know, if you didn't want to use them, it was done so that it could be removed. Looks like all of these have the 9/64 nozzle on them. That goes down there. That one goes up here. Getting near the bottom. Let's see. That is the rest of them. And it just so happens that these are all 20s. That's right, it says it on this side. This one says 20 on that side. Yeah, so these are all the same. This one looks like it hasn't had that much use. This one feels almost brand new. And this rolls very smooth, very easy. But that one works very well. This one's a little bit rough down there. And someone put in the adjustment pin there for the diffuser. Someone took the diffuser pin out. And the same here, I took the diffuser pin out. Okay. Well, I don't know which one you think I should try first, but I think some of these are going to have to be, going to have to take these pieces off. Same thing on these two, but what I want to try is